The weather outside is still frightful, but another week of high school highlights are so delightful. Welcome back to another edition of Naperville Sports Weekly. I'm your host, Kim Pierce. The When Sides Collide basketball showcase at Bennett Academy has become one of the most exciting prep hoops events in the state. This year, 2 local teams took part in the festivities. First up, a red-hot Neuqua Valley squad took on a strong challenge from state powerhouse Bolingbrook.
We got the Bolingbrook Raiders and the Neuqua Valley Wildcats for this Saturday afternoon contest as part of the annual When Sides Collide at Bennett Academy. Both teams sit at the top of their respective conferences with undefeated records. The Raiders look to cool off the Wildcats as Neuqua hasn't lost a game since the end of November. The Raiders look to start fast as Joey Aniceto finds TJ Williams for the mid-range jumper and he connects for the opening points of the game. However, the Cats react quickly as Carter Coviello finds Cole Kelly, who scored his 1,000th career point the night before for a long-range three-pointer, and that gets Neuqua on the board. Neuqua looks to keep the offense flowing as Danny Makuta locates Illinois commit Mason Martin. He gets the three-point basket to keep the Cats ahead early in the first. The Raiders push the tempo as Williams locates Brady Pettigrew for the jump shot that gives the Raiders some momentum. More from Pettigrew as he hits the midi, and the Raiders lead 18-17 after the first. The Raiders get off to a strong start in the second quarter as Pettigrew splits 2 Neuqua defenders, attacks the basket, and finishes at the rim for 2. Neuqua catches a break on defense thanks to a miss by the Raiders, and there's Kelly for the rebound and goes coast to coast for the tough finish, cutting into the Raider lead. However, Pettigrew has an answer as he finds Elijah Anderson and puts in the bucket. Bolingbrook leads 35-24 with under 3 to go in the second quarter. The Wildcats are still fighting as Martin locates Kelly for a tough score in the paint. Then Martin gets a reward on the next possession via a three-pointer as he knocks it down with multiple hands in his face. However, the Wildcats go into halftime trailing 39-29. After Luke Ballgrove misses the second free throw, he's there for the miss and gets 2 more points to give his team some momentum. The Wildcats feed off Ballgrove's energy as Kelly knocks down a three-pointer and the blue and gold trail by 5. Raiders hope for the score, but there's Kelly with the board. The sophomore takes on the Raider defense on the fast break score, and that forces a Raider timeout. The Wildcat bench and the Neuqua fans in attendance are fired up. The pressure is on Bolingbrook as they try to pass the ball down the court. The Wildcats force the turnover, and it turns into a Mason Martin three-point basket. 28 points on the night for the junior as Neuqua leads 57-53 after 3. However, the Raiders try to steal back momentum after the turnover, and Mason Williams is there for the fast break score to give the Raiders some momentum, trailing by just 2. The Wildcats do not want to let that slip away, so Arshel Kamani takes on the Raider defense, gets the bucket and the foul, setting the tone for the rest of the game. From Kamani to, oh yes, Cole Kelly, who scores +1. 29 points for Kelly as he and Martin combine for nearly 60 to help Neuqua defeat Bolingbrook 75-69 in a comeback victory. Neuqua continues to show the team belongs on the list of state title contenders.
Congratulations to Neuqua Valley sophomore Cole Kelly, who scored his 1,000th career point in Friday's win over Naperville Central, hitting the milestone in less than 2 seasons. Closing out the When Sides Collide shootout, the host team Bennett Academy faced off against Warren Township in a rematch of the 2025 4A state championship game.
The Bennett Academy students are out in full force for the When Sides Collide shootout. This matchup is a rematch of last season's state championship as the Red Wings take on Warren Township, a team featuring one of the state's best in Jackson Davis. Both squads come in with combined records of 39-2, so let's tip this off. Early on, the junior Davis gets cooking as he pulls the step-back 3 and hits it to give Warren an 8-6 lead. The Red Wings and Jaden Wright aren't worried because he'll just drive and score. It's not just Davis shooting the three. He displays a no-look pass to Joel Pash and connects on the corner three. We're tied at 14, but not for long because nobody's covering Ryan Walsh, so he nails the trifecta. 17-14 Bennett after one. An exciting game that new Bennett head football coach James White is in the house for. Red Wings keep hitting the gas with Ed Stasis, who gets a second chance on the board that falls in. On the Blue Devils' end, the forecast of threes remain at 100%. Braylon Walker puts his man on skates and knocks it down. Back to Davis, who recatches fire from behind the line. Here he is displaying another step back, and the tray is cash money to tie the game at 27. Davis with 17 points in the first half. Now it's 30-29 home team, and the Red Wings call up Ethan McDermott, who fakes out his defender, and his order of Mac buckets go through. Then McDermott feeds Colin Stack, who throws it down, and the Red Wings lead 37-31 at the break. In the second half, look out below as Stack starts it off with a dunk. Next possession, incoming because Stasis dunks it in for a 41-31 lead. However, Davis says it's my turn to jump in on the dunk contest. He gets the steal and the runway is clear for takeoff. The Red Wings continue their aggressive push. Perry Shingy Wanji spins and gets up from the backboard to get the lane to fall for a 45-33 Bennett lead. Name a Bennett player, and a score will likely happen. Wright hits the right stick on his PlayStation 5, shoots for three, and kaboom! 54-45 Wings through three, 21 points in the game for Wright. In the fourth quarter, the Wings keep shooting their shots, and it's Stack for three. That's bullseye. That's a big man's dream right there. Davis is doing what he can to keep the Blue Devils in it as he drops 2 of his 28 points right here after the tough layup. Though Bennett remains in full control from start to finish as Shingy Wanji puts the cherry on top with the basket and a commanding win for the Wings. They take it 67-60 over the Blue Devils.
Last week, Naperville Central Boys Bowling narrowly qualified for the next round in the Oswego East Regional. Now serving as sectional hosts, the Redhawks and Valley Co-op bowler Riker Petrini hope to punch their tickets to state at Lyle Lanes.
For the second straight year, Naperville Central Boys Bowling is hosting one of 6 sectional tournaments in Illinois. The Redhawks look to qualify for state finals for the second year in a row and the third time in 4 years after snagging the final spot in last week's Oswego East Regional. Also competing individually is DVC All-Conference bowler Riker Quattrini from the Valley's Co-op. The top 4 teams and top 5 individuals from non-qualifying teams will go down to O'Fallon next weekend. The Redhawks take advantage of the home setting with a strong morning start. Josh Newcomb leads the way early with scores of 248, 266, and 264 in his first 3 games as the senior jumps out to the front of the leaderboards in his final match at Lyle Lanes. Another Redhawk doing well is Sean Mulvey. The junior goes 234 in Game 2 and 213 in Game 3 to help lead the flight towards a state berth. Riker Quattrini continues his success at Lyle Lanes as the Valley bowler rolls a 214, 268, and 225 in the morning session. He sits third individually at the lunch break, looking to make history for the Valley's Co-op. Meanwhile, the Redhawks end the morning session with a bang as Ian Roddersman has a huge 10th frame in Game 3. The junior goes 3 for 3 on strike shots to end his morning series with a 205 score. Naperville Central sits atop the team standings at the halfway mark, rolling each game over 1,000. In the afternoon, the competition comes to life. Behind Central is Lincoln Way West, as the Warriors in black and orange make a battle cry back towards the top. Led by Patrick Berlin and Liam Leatherby, they shoot a team score of 10-13 in Game 4 to close the gap to the Redhawks. Also charging towards the front is Glenbard East. The Rams live up to their namesake and ram their way into state contention. With Giovanni Clayton and Justin Kay pressing the assault, Glenbard East hangs right with Central as we push deeper into the afternoon. Central tries to keep pace in Game 5 as Blake Amman looks to visit state once again. The sophomore Redhawk hits this strike perfectly on cue as part of a 180 score. Josh Newcomb looks to keep his momentum going in the afternoon, as this shot is also on target but needs a lot of help to finally push down the 4-pin. Newcomb shoots 201 and 208 in Games 4 and 5. But in Game 6, all the action breaks loose. We start with Lockport, who did not even crack the top 4 until late in Game 5. With strong individual performances by Aaron Crucial, Evan Karist, and Mason Strassel, the Porters roll over 980 in their final 3 games to sail towards a state berth. But also shooting out of a cannon is the regional champions, Oswego East. Like Lockport, they sat out of the top 4 until Game 5. The Wolves roll 989 or higher in the afternoon games as Derek Zahorak and Mitchell Rodenbostel lead the pack. Both Lockport and Oswego East move past Naperville Central midway through Game 6. Back to the individual race as Riker Quattrini looks to secure a spot to state. After a down Game 5, he rebounds in Game 6, ending his day with a 223 score as he awaits the final results on advancing individuals. Just like last week, Central is in a dogfight for the final transfer spot, this time with Glenbard East. The Rams look to wipe away an almost 80-point deficit, with Giovanni Clayton rolling 211 in his last game. The Rams' charge back to the front has the notice of all of Naperville Central as the end of Game 6 nears. The Redhawks look to hang on, and they get much-needed help from Grayson File. The junior comes to life in the last game with his best of the day at 213, as the Redhawks and Rams go neck and neck down to the wire. Coming up clutch for Central again is Ian Roddersman. The junior shows off a Caleb Williams-esque clutch gene with a huge double in the 10th frame to draw the final tallies almost even between Naperville Central and Glenbard East. Both teams await the final results as the tournament ends. In what would become one of the closest sectionals in IHSA history, behind individual champion Derek Zahorak, Oswego East claims the sectional title by just 3 pins over Lockport. Finishing third, just 3 pins behind Lockport, is Lincoln Way West, and claiming the 4th and final spot is Naperville Central by just 26 pins over Glenbard East. The Redhawks get back to state for the 2nd year in a row and the 3rd time in 4 years. Also taking third individually in the tournament is Josh Newcomb, who ends the day with a 1357 series. For the individual qualifiers, Riker Quattrini takes the final transfer spot by just 12 pins with a 1317 series. The senior from Neuqua Valley becomes the first bowler from the Valley's co-op to make the state finals in only the program's 2nd year of existence. A season of thrilling finishes and heart-pounding moments culminates in one of the most spectacular tournaments in IHSA history, as Quattrini and the Redhawks look to begin the trek to state next weekend.
When we come back from the mats of DeKalb High School, it's the Boys Wrestling Conference Championship meets.
I swear, you are single-handedly keeping this place in business.
Come on, I'm not here that often.
Ben, long time no see.
Hey.
She's joking. You were here yesterday. Good thing the BMO digital banking app groups your spending into categories like eating out.
Not here that often.
What's up, Ben? So it's easy to keep an eye on your money and see how you're tracking against a monthly budget.
Perfect.
Can I get a slice of the bun, please?
Ben, it's good to finally put a face to the slice.
It's auto show time. Innovation, excitement, and the future of driving. And you'll experience it all at Fair Oaks Ford. the thrilling new Explorer, the cutting-edge Bronco Sport, or the adventurous F-150. Drive the future of Ford today. And right now, get 0% APR financing for 75 months. Plus, the best customer experience in the business. Fair pricing, fair deals. Fair Oaks Ford. It's right there in our name on Ogden Avenue in Naperville.
DeKalb High School is the home of this year's DVC Championship Meet, where Naperville Central hopes to cap off the season on top after going unbeaten in conference matchups this winter.
The DVC wrestling crown is up for grabs as all 6 conference teams look for strong performances to reach the top of the mountain. Naperville Central is searching for its second title in 3 seasons after sweeping its conference opponents in the regular season. Let's begin with the third place match at 120 pounds. CJ Gordon for Nequa throws in the half Nelson on Antonis Rasulis and keeps him down long enough for the pin and the third place finish. To the championship bout starting at 106. The Barbs come in as defending champs, and Julian Hartwig shows promise by performing the arm bar on Cam Kruger, which leads to the championship win via fall. Redhawks go to work with Dalton Mellick locking Sam Howard in the cradle. Mellick gets the pin and wins the 120-pound DVC crown. At the 132 championship, Michael Arredondo for North takes his time, but eventually gets on top of Aiden Shuey. Arredondo takes a 13-6 decision to win the title. Over to the 138 final, where Jacob Cochran from Central is on a mission to pin Marcus Diaz from Nequa. The official taps the mat, and Cochran completes the mission to win it all. Starvos Jerusis helps the Hawks by throwing Max Vencia into the ball and chain. That's all she wrote because Jerusis secures the pin and the first place bout at 144. Want another pin? Reed Bayless has you covered. He shows no love to Ronan Brahm, and he's your DVC champion at 157 pounds. Mattia Valley gets a wrestler in the finals with Lucas Marsu. He gets off to a strong start against Nick Olvera, but Olvera regains control and cruises to a tech fall to win the 175-pound final. To the 190 final, where Paul Paradati catches JT Hill in the single leg and takes him down for some points. Paradati holds a 5-2 lead with 15 seconds left, but Hill throws in the headlock and throws Paradati down to tie the match at 5. He wants to end it in style, and he will by pinning his opponent. What a finish by Hill to win the DVC. The last match is for the heavyweight title. Wabanzi's Leo Barrios throws Jake Johnson on the mat, and it's all over from there as Barrios holds Johnson in the double chicken wing and pins him to win the heavyweight match. At the end of the day, it's Naperville Central taking home the DVC title for a second time in 3 seasons.
The girls' basketball season is rapidly approaching the playoffs. Naperville Central is alone atop the DVC standings, but an improving Nequa Valley squad has an upset on its mind.
Nequa Valley girls basketball hosts Naperville Central in a DVC showdown. This season, the Wildcats have a record of 8-14 and are looking to get back into the win column after their loss against Geneva. The Redhawks entered tonight's competition on a 5-game winning streak as they sit at 19-3 on the season. One of those victories came at the expense of the Wildcats back in early December. The Wildcat offense gets out to a strong start as Emerson McManus drives to the basket and lays it up through the contact for the 3-point play. After a defensive stop, the Nequa offense slows things down after getting stopped in transition. However, Nequa's Taylor Dobry finds McManus in the corner for the 3. Central's Aaron Hackett gets into the lane for the layup but gets blocked by Michaela Stone. Redhawk Annabelle Kreitzer grabs the loose ball and lays it up and in. The Redhawks trail 8-4. Wildcat Alexis May gets a hand on Hackett's full-court pass to Annabelle Kreitzer. Red Hawk Caitlin Kreitzer secures the rebound and bounces it off the glass for the layup. Nequa's lead is down to 8-6. With less than a minute remaining in the first, Nequa's McManus passes it out to Taylor Dobry for the tray ball. At the end of the first, Nequa leads 18-13. Early in the second, Red Hawk Annabelle Kreitzer connects with Aaron Hackett, who knocks down the three. Central trails 18-16. The Nequa offense dials up a play for Michaela Stone. Despite the double team, Stone's mid-range jumper rattles into the basket. Late in the quarter, Aaron Hackett continues to light up the scoreboard with another three-point shot. At the end of the first half, the Redhawks trail by just one, 26-25. On the first possession in the third quarter, the Wildcats continue to find success beyond the arc, as Wildcat Taylor Dobry drains the three-pointer. Annabelle Kreitzer dishes it to Aaron Hackett in the post. Hackett spins past the Wildcat defense and banks it in while drawing a foul. The Redhawks trail 33-28. Central's Colette McInerney drives into the lane but can't convert the layup. Hackett secures the offensive rebound and knocks down the contested mid-range shot and draws the foul. The Redhawks trail 35-31 with less than 3 minutes remaining in the third. Olivia Beeman inbounds the ball to Nalia Clifford, who can't knock down the three. But Clifford gets her own rebound and knocks down the second chance triple from the corner. Going into the final quarter, the Wildcats lead 42-37. Nequa's Michaela Stone is being guarded by Annabelle Kreitzer. Despite the contest from the 6'4 Redhawk, Stone knocks down the three ball as the Wildcats' lead stretches to 51-43. Nalia Clifford brings up the ball for the Wildcats. She passes the ball to Dobry, who finds May on the cut to the basket to increase the lead to double digits. The Redhawks need a basket to stay within reach. Central's Hackett takes the Annabelle Kreitzer screen and gets it right back as Hackett knocks down a three from the logo. The Redhawks are still alive as they trail 53-46 with over 4 minutes left. Central's Caitlin Kreitzer secures the rebound and gives it to Hackett. The Redhawk takes the screen from the Kreitzer siblings and drains another deep three-point shot as the Redhawks trail 53-49. Nequa's Clifford attacks the Redhawk defense on the baseline but can't convert on her floater. Clifford taps the rebound to Stone, who lays it up and in to put the Cats back up by 6. Nequa Valley goes on to seal the game from there with free throws as they survive Naperville Central 63-54.
It's a freezing Friday night here in Naperville, but that doesn't stop girls basketball from heating up. Tonight, the Waubonsie Valley Warriors host the Mattia Valley Mustangs. Mustangs come into this matchup off of a victory against West Aurora and a 2-game win streak. Two key players for Waubonsie, Jalen Cutts and Peyton Giannone, are out for this evening's contest, which may leave room for a Mattia advantage. But the Warriors look to remain hot, coming off a win against Carmel, and no doubt hope to extend their streak to 3 with a win tonight, despite being down players. The Warriors win the opening tip. Daniela Porricoso makes a cross-court pass to Maya Parita for the opening points of the game. Waubonsie looks to keep the offense flowing as they display some nice ball movement before Eliana Morris connects with Porricoso for a three-pointer, and she puts it through. Warriors lead 6-0 early in the first. The Mustangs work their offense, however, Garcia intercepts the Mattia pass and takes it in for the easy layup score, extending the Warrior lead. Parita keeps the momentum alive on offense as she connects with back-to-back three-pointers. The Warriors hold a commanding 24-0 lead at the end of the first quarter. Now Warrior defense stands tall as we open the second quarter. They force turnovers for the Mustang offense, leaving Garcia to secure the opening 4 points as Waubonsie Valley breezes to a strong start in quarter number 2. Metea Valley earns their opening points of the game from Juliana Kroom. The Warriors stay energized on offense as the shot attempt is no good, but Taylin Hurd dominates the offensive glass for the putback 2, and Waubonsie Valley leads 30-2 midway through the second quarter. Metea Valley fights on offense to get some momentum of their own. Arya Patel pushes the break before locating Ashley Jenner. The shot attempt doesn't sink, but Patel is there for the putback score. However, the Mustangs trail 40-6 at the half. This one would be all Waubonsie as Hurd connects with Portocoso for the wide-open layup to start the second half. With play like that, Waubonsie Valley breezes by Metea 78-11. The Warriors stay at home as they take on Bolingbrook for their next game, and the Mustangs are home for their next contest against Neuqua Valley.
Up next, Naperville Central Girls Gymnastics celebrates senior night to wrap up the home schedule.
Stay in the game with the high school sports coverage you need, delivered how and where you want it. From standout performances to in-depth features and coverage, the Daily Herald delivers the local sports stories that keep you connected to your community. Whether it's Friday night football or standout athletes, if it's happening in your community, we've got it covered. Never miss a game or highlight. Subscribe to the Daily Herald today.
Naperville Central Girls Gymnastics says farewell to a big crop of seniors as the Redhawks welcome rivals Naperville North to close out the regular season.
Naperville Central Girls Gymnastics celebrates senior night against rival Naperville North with the DBC Championship meet just a week away. The Redhawks earned a victory over the Huskies to start the season in the annual crosstown clash. Naperville Central looks to get some help from some of the seniors celebrating their final home meet. Avani Prasad performs well on the uneven bars. She swings herself to a 7.95, the third best score in the event. She also adds a 7.50 on the vault. Another senior performing well on the bars for the red and white is Ava Prokop, with a score of 7.05. Prokop takes a top 5 finish in the vault and the floor as well. The star on the bars in this matchup is Naperville North sophomore Maddie Mungie. She has it all working, showing great control as she gets onto the high bar, landing smoothly with the top score of 9.10. Mia Brook competes in the all-around for the Redhawks on senior night, ending her final home meet on a high note with a personal best score on the bars of 6.75. Her all-around score wraps up at 27.60. One of the younger Naperville Central gymnasts, Morgan Bullivant, has a strong night on the bars as well. Few have softer landings than Bullivant as she floats down to the mat, earning a 7.40 for the effort. On the vault, Naperville North earns the top 3 scores, led by Lydia Freeborn, Maddie Mungie, and Johanna Hacker. Hacker uses her Yurchenko back handspring twist over the table, earning an 8.0. Speaking of Mungie, she also goes with the Yurchenko as she finishes well with the tuck, topping everyone with an 8.70. The sophomore wins the all-around as well with a 33.75. Over to the balance beam where Leah Bennett helps the Redhawks with the top 3 score in the event. Bennett keeps her performance steady with a 7.90. Over to the floor, Husky Lydia Freeborn flips her way to an 8.20, the second best score in the event. Freeborn tallies a 31.25 in the all-around. Back to the beam, where senior Harley Sambrooks continues her strong performance in the event this season. An 8.15 is the top score on the beam, helping the Redhawks take a narrow lead in the team standings. Johanna Hacker ends her night on the floor with a solid routine that earns the junior a 7.80. She takes fourth in the all-around as well with a 30.50. The final performer in the floor exercise is Anna Lazowski from Naperville Central. After finishing in the top 5 on the beam and the uneven bars, she caps off the night in style with a first-place floor routine. An 8.35 and an all-around score of 31.95 helps Naperville Central earn the narrow win on senior night over Naperville North by the score of 123.45 to 122.55.
It's a girls' gymnastics showdown between crosstown rivals Naperville Central and Naperville North. It may be the Red Wings senior night, but the star on the bars in this matchup is Naperville North sophomore Maddie Mungie. She has perfect synergy, showing great control once she gets onto the high bar, landing smoothly with the top score of 9.10. Let's look at that again and notice Mungie's fantastic execution to easily land that high score and land our Play of the Week.
Coming up next, we get a closer look at an exciting new hire for the Bennett Academy football program.
I swear, you are single-handedly keeping this place in business.
Come on, I'm not here that often.
Ben, long time no see.
Hey.
She's joking. You were here yesterday. Good thing the BMO digital banking app groups your spending into categories like eating out.
Not here that often.
What's up, Ben? So it's easy to keep an eye on your money and see how you're tracking against a monthly budget.
Perfect. Can I get a slice of the bun, please?
Ben, it's good to finally put a face to the slice.
Two dealerships, side by side, identical in every way. What makes the difference? The experience. That's why more people choose Fair Oaks Lincoln. Incredible selection, knowledgeable salespeople, and a world-class experience you can't find anywhere else. Get 0% APR, $0 down, and no payments for 90 days on our most popular models. At Fair Oaks Lincoln in Naperville, where the dealership experience makes the difference.
Bennett Academy football saw the end of an era when longtime head coach Pat New announced his retirement following the 2025 season. Little did they know that a Super Bowl champion would be waiting in the wings. Patrick Cotto has more on James White and his rapid journey from New England Patriots running back to the new Red Wing head coach, presented by Fair Oaks Lincoln.
There is a new face taking over the Bennett Academy football program. Former New England Patriots running back James White will lead the Red Wings following the retirement of previous head coach Pat New. White played collegiately at Wisconsin before an 8-year NFL career in New England from 2014 to 2021. He helped run the Patriots to 3 Super Bowl championships. But now he's ready to step into the coaching world and help develop young football players.
Ever since my playing career was done, I always wanted to make an impact on the younger generation. I felt like that was my purpose. So being at this high school level, I feel like I can do just that, impact kids, socially, academically, and with their sport, the game of football. I think that's the biggest thing that I want to do. I want to help develop young men. I want to get to know this community here, not just the athletes, the normal students, and just make an impact on this community.
He started his coaching journey 2 years ago as the director of player personnel at Northern Illinois. He was then hired by his college head coach Brett Bielema to join the University of Illinois staff as an assistant running backs coach. But once Coach New announced he would be stepping down, White got word of the opening, leading to his new job title.
This opportunity presented itself in November. Some kids to go to my kids' school, their parents went here. They notified my wife that they're looking for a new football coach.
Red Wing Athletic Director Scott Lawler got notified that a former pro player and college coach was interested and recommended that the unknown applicant reach out.
45 minutes later, I got an email from James, and then we started the process that way, and we met at a Starbucks for an interview, and really he sold me after that interview in Starbucks. So it happened kind of fast.
It was a real win for Bennett, Lawler said.
Really exciting for our community. Somebody with James's background as a player and then coaching college football, and wanting to lead our program, it's a really exciting time for Bennett football.
White's addition also came as a happy surprise to the current players.
I wasn't really expecting a former NFL player to be our new head coach, but it's a great thing, and I'm excited to see what's for the future.
Well, I was in study hall, and our old coach just told me, and it took me a second to realize who it was, and then I was like really shocked because I didn't realize I wasn't expecting him at all or anything like that.
White knows that if he wants to bring the Red Wings deep into the postseason, it starts with competing in the gauntlet that is in the ESCC CCL conference.
You want to be the best, you got to beat the best. So heard a lot of great things about this conference. Coaching at Illinois last year, there's quite a few players that have come from this conference that are playing at the next level, so it's going to be great competition.
The Red Wings' first game will kick off on August 21st against defending 1A state champion Lena Winslow. Until then, White and the rest of the Wings will hit the ground running this offseason, so they'll be ready to reach new heights on the gridiron.
When you turn on the tape and you're watching Bennett football, I want you to see a team that's flying around, that plays hard. You're going to get our best shot. Every time we step out on the football field, the kids are going to compete for 4 quarters, whatever it takes. And I think that's the mindset that I want these kids to have. And it starts in the weight room, then it starts in practice, it starts in the meeting room. I want them to believe in themselves and let them know that I believe in them.
For Naperville Sports Weekly, I'm Patrick Cotto.
Ha! That wraps up another edition of Naperville Sports Weekly, with the stakes continuing to rise. Next week, we'll bring you the state dance finals and the wrestling regional rounds. You can find our full highlights on nctv17.org, along with all our previous feature stories and community sports. You can also find us across all social media platforms at NCTV17. For Naperville Sports Weekly, I'm Kim Pierce. We'll see you again next week.